Hi there, good morning. Doing a video this morning of how to become a powerful creator. So I was triggered by a conversation this morning that went into how do we do this? What does it look like? And so here I wanted to put together a quick orientation of what that looks like for most people. Let me share my screen. Wonderful. So welcome, like how to be a powerful creator. See, I think the global personal development market is what I'm going to put on here, and look at what we're looking at here. Mental health. These are issues that businesses have and people have around our health. Does this represent broken? A system, people thinking that they're broken or not broken? Which one is powerful? Which one are we starting in? And my goal here is to have you be aware of your patterns where you're giving your power away. We all do it. We're not aware of it, which means it's not a choice. Let me show you what I mean. What does broken feel like? Maybe it's this. Just notice where it shows up in your body. These are representations of where your energy is in these emotions, which dictate how you respond to the outside world. And the key is that you can choose these emotions. And what we're doing is we're giving the power to something out there to then have these emotions. That's the key. Now look at, here's all the moods, right? The emotions that we do have, there's thousands of them. And here the increased responses register as warmer colors, while decreased responses are a cooler. I think of this as energy. It's like, oh, this is where your energy comes from and through. And really, you can see definitely two spots. Maybe there's a third. I call them three brains, and I'll go through how they matter. Now look at these certain emotions that are triggered strong sensations in your upper body. They're red and maybe there's something. Oh, definitely. Look, there's three spots. 1, 2, 3. And then we have these, and we experience all these. And what we can learn to do is through this is notice the differences in them, because some of them are so close to the same. And here is like, some might argue as a creator, and I say, well, you are alive. So we can't argue that, because you are creating life. And so this is yourself, you're alive. Thank God we're here today. And your conscious, your thinking mind is responsible for 5%. And the rest I call default patterns, like what you always do 95% of the time, and we're not even aware of it. So if we can make any change inside of that, it is massive. See, we have this self-conscious, thinking brain, superconscious, I call the heart, and the unconscious, which I call the stomach. The three brains that we just saw as the emotions. Now see, the self-conscious, the thinking, the top part is limited to your experience, to your lifetime. And it is so focused on fixing, changing, improving, thinking, rational, logical thinking. It always has to have the plan. It always has to know, and it really runs the show. And then you have your unconscious mind, which is only 13.8 billion years of surviving. Now, like, am I going to listen to one that's 44? Well, for 44 years I did. And now, and it's like, oh, and this unconscious mind is just there because you're surviving. That's all it wants to do. And it just says yes to everything your self-conscious thinks. It says, yeah, more of that. As long as we're surviving, like, yeah, just more of that. Whatever you want, I'll give you whatever you want. And this becomes safe and predictable. And then you have your superconscious, which is through your heart. And this is when you line up with what you love, with what you want. And here's just a demonstration of all the different emotions and where they come from. And you'll notice that some are positive and some are negative, and they look the same. So I'll go from like strongest to weakest. Love and the opposite side of fear. Where do we spend most of our time? It's a choice. Fear, we spend most of our time in fear. And so in fear is like, oh, disgust and happiness. See how they're almost the same. But see, love only uses all three. Fear has parts of all three. Disgust doesn't. See, happiness, these are not correct, like accurate lines up, but you can see the energy. And then shame and surprise. So what we end up with is a positive. And look, there's three of them. And a negative. We go from powerful to powerless. And all it is a choice. So you are alive. You are this iceberg. All parts of you make up this iceberg. We just haven't been good at listening to it. So notice the one emotion aligns all three of your energy. Notice that love, shame, and fear use all three sources, but they're different from a positive and a negative. And usually we'll live in one and avoid the other, because most of us live in a shame or a fear and want love. And they feel almost the same. So the goal is to open up to as much of this information that is available to you through your three brains that communicate all differently, so that you can take the best action, not only to survive, but thrive. And that becomes a powerful intention. So how do you know we are all powerful creators? Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing how you know that you're a powerful creator, how you know that it's a choice. And when people are able to see that it's their choice, one heart at a time, is how we change the world. And it'll be changing the world in a way people want, for what they want, in the emotions of love. Yeah, all three aspects of joy, of happiness. And when business owners learn this for themselves, like I have, you can teach it to your employees. And there is no greater gift than showing someone they are powerful, that they can create a life that they want. And you do it together, and it's not the way you think it is. And so that means you have to let go of the way that you know and allow something different. That is only how change happens. Life is always changing. We're always moving. That is how we know we are alive. And it is our choice to create what we want. People say the world is created with 30% positivity and declining. What if it was 70%? Everyone wants it, but we're afraid of it. Oh, it can't be done. It can't be possible. Just see how the starting position is one of such lack, one of such scarcity, one of such limitation, negativity. And when we can see that in our lives, we can choose how to change it. It's not a quick process. Like I spoke, it's been 18 months that I've been practicing my listening. But that's my 2022 and how I know all of us are powerful creators. And what I'm listening for is to make sure that you're going for what you want, and that your greatest version, listening for what's in the way of it. Have a wonderful day. Talk soon.